كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله لا نفرق بين أحد من رسله وقالوا سمعنا وأطعنا غفرانك ربنا وإليك المصير لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها لها ما كسبت وعليها ما اكتسبت ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakallah khair, Imam Muhammad Mahmoud, for your Okay, please just lay out the chairs very quietly. We'll not be spending too much time here, so it's okay if you can just stand for 10-15 minutes, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, I'd like to request our chairman, Muhammad Habib Rahman, to say a few words, inshallah.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Brothers and sisters, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you all. We've already come to know of the very serious atrocity and the terrorist attack and the Islamophobic attack that has taken place in Christchurch in New Zealand. Our Imam very eloquently covered the topic in the khutbah today, and he also gave us the message from Islam and from the Quran of how we should react to these incidences. I hope the media will, inshallah, broadcast the message that was given in the khutbah today. May I thank all our distinguished guests, first of all, for coming today and showing their solidarity. As you can see in front of you, we have the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. We have the Bishop of London, Sarah, thank you very much. We also have the Mayor of Tower Hamlets and our MP, Rushanara Ali, and other distinguished guests. So thank you all very much for coming at such very short notice to show your solidarity. We've noticed a few things that obviously we are appalled by this incident. It's something that is shocking. We did not expect this, especially in a country like New Zealand, which is known for its hospitality and its security. We're very happy that the Prime Minister came out very quickly and gave out a robust statement to say it was a terrorist attack. And such sympathies are coming from throughout the world. But we noticed that this was something that was very calculated. It is planned. The media quoting that over 2 years was spent by this individual who came from Australia. It is also shocking to know that such a terrible incident can take place with so much weaponry. I understand that he was able to reload his rifle over seven times, killing 49 people and injuring critically some of 48 people in 2 different masajid, 3 miles apart. So such an individual was not in the radar of the security services, so he was not in any watch list. So that gives us really very important message as to where the threat is coming from and how much resources need to be given, particularly to far-right threats for the security of our community. Last thing I'd like to say that it is very, very important, particularly for people in authority and influence, our politicians and the media, to be very careful about the language that they use, not to associate migrants not to associate Islam and Muslims with these kind of threats, which actually radicalizes and inspires such individuals to these kind of acts. There's a lot of lessons for us to be learned from this. I thank you all for coming today. Jazakumullah khair. I look forward to hearing from the other guests. Assalamu
alaikum. Habib. As I mentioned, that the time is very short and many of you probably want to go back to work as well. So we have a distinguished guest here. I would like to allow our guests to say a few words. Just 1 minute message, please, from all the guests. First of all, I'd like to invite our borough commander, Sue Williams, has very kindly attended, and they've also made sure that they've enough security for the mosques immediately. And she'll tell us more about what the police is doing about this incident and the repercussion here.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for inviting me here. So, just so that you know that I am your police borough commander for Tower Hamlets, although I cover Hackney and Tower Hamlets now. Absolutely, we were horrified to see the tragedy in New Zealand. But my job is to reassure you, my communities, particularly my communities in Tower Hamlets and Hackney, as well as in London, that the police have upped our visibility. So we are intending to visit most of the mosques and be in the vicinity over the course of tonight, because we know it's Friday night prayers. What I'm particularly keen is to make sure that if there is any hate crime, that you report it, that you tell us what's going on out there. We've put out some links for you. There are some really good agencies that can help you, but please do tell us. We will not tolerate hate crime on our communities. I just wanted to add by saying that I hope everything from now will be peaceful, but the police are there, we will be visible, we will have upped our presence in the community, so you will see more of us over the course of the weekend. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sue. Can I request our Mayor of Tower Hamlets, John Beeks, to say a few words?
Thank you, Dilwa, and assalamu alaikum to you all. And I'm here as the Mayor for all of the people of Tower Hamlets to stand in solidarity, in particular today, with all of my Muslim brothers and sisters. We are a strong community in Tower Hamlets, and the events of the last 24 hours remind us that we have succeeded in many ways through our strength and through staying together, but we must always be vigilant to stand against the wicked people, the people who divide us, the messages, the things we say, the respect we afford each other. We do a lot of work together with LMC, East London Mosque, the other faith communities in our borough as well, to make sure that we are clear about what is strong about our community. This is, with apologies to the rest of London that Sadiq Khan represents, this is the greatest part of our city. This is a place where people come and achieve their dreams and bring their ideas, and the strength of our community comes from the diversity of our faiths alongside the diversity of our experiences and our families working together. So I'm here showing solidarity. Many of your councillors are standing over here as well, by the way, and they're here because they feel the pain alongside all of us. Thank you, and let's work together.
I request our MP, Rushanara Ali, to say a few words.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. On behalf of my constituents, I want to start off by expressing our deepest condolences to the families of the victims who've lost their lives today and those who've been injured. We know what it is like to face the consequences of terrorism in our country. And here in this borough, as others have already pointed out, our strength is in our diversity and in our ability to pull together in the face of threats, whether it's threats from far-right groups and any other forms of any other extremist group. And what we have learned from what's happened today is that we have to stay vigilant. We have to fight all forms of extremism. And governments up and down, whether in this country or elsewhere, must take far-right extremism as much and as seriously as other forms of extremism. We have faced attacks from far-right extremists in this community and in this city. So we all have a responsibility to make sure that we report crimes, hate crime, as the Borough Commander has highlighted, that we stay vigilant, but we stay strong, and we stay defiant in the face of those that seek to divide us. And that we redouble our efforts at the political level, at the community level, to fight extremism. My commitment to you is that I will always work with all communities and people across parties to make sure the narrative around anti-Muslim hatred and other forms of hatred is tackled in our country, because it's incredibly dangerous when people peddle the language of hatred at every level across our society. And we have to hold those people to account who incite hatred and violence. Because in the end, if we allow that narrative to continue, whether it's in our media, whether in social media, and it's an utter disgrace that social media platforms are showing what happened and not removing that material that has been shown in the attacks, that we have to take action to make sure that the prevention is done to prevent the appalling loss of life that we have seen in terrorist attacks such as today. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to request the Secretary General of Muslim Council of Britain, Brother Harun Khan, to come and say a few words.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. From Allah we come and to whom we return. It's absolutely shocking this morning to wake up and see those messages of this horrific attack on fellow Muslims in a far-fetched land on the other side of the world. But it struck us in our hearts that this is a peaceful country, and how could this happen? This happens because there are many people out there, Islamophobes and people who hate Muslims, who are peddling this hate through social media, through some of the media commentators that we know, and even through some of the political language. We really need this to stop. We're in a place where everybody is affected and everybody will feel fearful from this. This attack on Muslims is unprecedented in the sheer number of people that have been killed in recent times. And we really need, within the UK context, we need our government to act, to demonstrate that it stands with communities in keeping us safe as peaceful Muslims. And we also need politicians and media commentators to firm up and accept what Islamophobia is. This is Islamophobia at its worst, the taking of somebody's life. There are lots of semantics being played over the definition of Islamophobia. Communities have come together working with politicians across all parties, and we have agreed on what Islamophobia is. We need governments and local authorities to step up and accept what Islamophobia is and work together to protect our community and our societies, everybody together. And this solidarity that has been shown today and will come in the next few days to come is very much welcome from across all faiths and society. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Dr. Harun Rashid Khan. Now I'd like to request the Bishop of London to say a few words. In fact, this morning, the first call I received was from the Bishop's office. They want to find out how we are doing and would like to pay a visit today. So we are very honored by your presence, and we are really happy that you're here today, although it's in a very tragic situation. But we hope that together we can work together to deal with this challenge that we have in our modern times.
Thank you. It is with some sadness that I stand in solidarity with you today as we grieve our Muslim brothers and sisters who died in such awful circumstances in New Zealand. To be killed in prayer or on the way to worship is the epitome of evil. And it is right that people of goodwill and of faith speak out to condemn it. An attack on faith anywhere is an attack on faith everywhere. I love London, its diversity, its cultural diversity, its faith diversity. And sometimes we forget that in that diversity there are those that hate our difference. I believe our difference is our strength. And therefore with you, I stand out and speak against hate, speak that so easily turns into violent action against difference. We have more in common than divides us. Jesus teaches us that love is to love God with all your heart and with all your soul, and your neighbour as yourself. So I stand here as your neighbour, and of the neighbours of those that died in New Zealand and continue to be affected, to say that we will not tolerate religious hate, that we stand for religious freedom. And my prayers and my blessings are with all those who have suffered as a result.
Thank you, Bishop. Now, our final speaker is the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan. He prayed with us today, through my prayer. So I'd like to request him to say a few words, and then we'll conclude the meeting with dua by our head Imam, Sheikh Abdul Qayyum.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasta'inu. Brothers and sisters, I begin with the greeting of peace. Assalamu alaikum. Although Christchurch in New Zealand is more than 11,000 miles away from London, we here feel the ripples of fear and the ripples of sorrow that our brothers and sisters are experiencing in Christchurch in New Zealand. And during the Imam's khutbah today, he reminded us of the sanctity of places of worship. And the Bishop of London herself reminded us of the special places of worship had. Unfortunately, in recent years, we've seen terrorists target churches in Charlottesville. We have seen terrorists target synagogues in Pittsburgh. And let us be under no illusion, this was a terrorist attack on 2 masjids in Christchurch in New Zealand. There were innocent men, women, and children targeted for no other reason than they follow the faith of Islam. And my message to those politicians, opinion formers, and others who fan the flames of hatred, who demonize and dehumanize people because of the faith they follow, who play on people's fears rather than address them, is these are some of the consequences of the actions you do. And that's why it is so important that here in London we show the world that our diversity is our strength. And the best acts of solidarity we could show to our brothers and sisters in Christchurch and in New Zealand, to our brothers and sisters in Pittsburgh in America, and to the other victims of terrorism around the world targeted because of the faith they belong to, is to be proud of our diversity and to embrace it, to respect it, and celebrate it. And as your mayor, it is my intention to be a mayor for all Londoners, and we should celebrate our diversity.
Thank you, Mayor Sadiq Khan. Now, inshallah, I would like to conclude this part of the program with a dua by our head Imam, Sheikh Abdul Qayyum, inshallah. And then we'll go at the back of the mosque for the press conference with the media, inshallah, the outside mosque.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. اللهم رحمتك نرجو فلا تكلنا إلى أنفسنا طرفة عين وأصلح لنا شؤوننا كلها لا إله إلا أنت يا حي يا قيوم برحمتك نستغيث اللهم إنا نعوذ بك من الفتن ما ظهر منها وما بطن اللهم أنزل علينا رحمتك ولا تجعلنا من القانطين. O Allah, help us to work hard to preserve peace, safety, security in our country, in the whole world. O Allah, make us all together, all community, together working hard to work together for peace, security, and safety of everyone in this planet. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.